Yo, this is King Earner coming to you guys live and direct. First and foremost, hit the honorableearners.com. Grab your sea moss gold. 92 of that 102 minerals that your body is made of. First and foremost, I want to say this. When it comes down to guys like Al Sharpton, you can't expect nothing for him to do or be but dishonorable. We're talking about a guy who claims to be an activist and honestly only spoke in the communities or popped up when something happened with a black man but wasn't worthy of carrying it just a little bit further. You hear me? That's what you call a coward. On top of that, him wearing the wire isn't a surprise to King Earner. You know what's a surprise? If he never didn't wear a wire. See, a lot of them politicians that are still living, the ones who the FBI or the CIA didn't out, was cold rats anyway. But a lot of y'all don't pay attention until it's too late. This is what I want to say to the people, and I want for y'all to understand in a real honorable fashion. No politician is for you. No activists, the ones who you see predominantly claiming that they're helping out the community, they're not going to work for you. Very few, and there's some. I forgot the heavyset brother. I've been seeing him. He's been downtown. He's been everywhere. I think he sits on a board. He does something. He's like a senator. He does something in that area, and he's, got a nice little honorable respect. And he even got Islam some hearing and some understanding. Now, when I say that in reference to Ramadan, he was a part of getting things in play. But your goal is to pick the best one that close fits to what you may need. See, politicians are the worst thieves. The only politician I've had to help me, man, and show me a lot of honor was Cheryl Parker. I'm just going to keep it up. Very honorable. Kaisha Tyson and them, when you go into their office, very respectful. And if they can help you, they'll help you. But I don't think even them, I don't think they understand the following that I have. I'm pretty sure someone is going to show them this video. But I want everybody to understand that I have the strength, and it's not no cockiness. This is no I'm better than people stuff, but I have the strength to make sure that these people stay and get in office. You know why? Because predominantly the ones who watch me are the ones who are voting, the ones who have honor. See, when you have subscribers that's following me and they're liking and they're participating, you're going to find out that that's a very rare crowd because no one understands what I'm saying. Well, at least that's what they say. But they have to feel it. They got to get an understanding at the end of the day that guess what? King Earner is bringing honor, is bringing honor back to the community. You know why I'm bringing honor back to the community? Because I gave explanation of what that rat is going to do. I gave explanation of how that rat is going to start recycling crime. I gave information giving people the clarity that that's what's destroying our community. Our community wants to go in the right direction, but it can't go in a direction because you have the fake drug dealers who are coming home repeatedly back and forth for big cases, and the kids are looking at them like, yo, I want that power. If I can get money, I don't have no money. My mom doing a 16-hour shift. She's been trying to be a RN for the last 10 years. She may be a RN by the time I'm 20-something, but other than that, she got to keep grinding. And I just want to bring some money in the house, man. And when they do, they go out there. It's not something that was ages ago where you got a guy who's genuinely selling drugs to help himself and his community get out of the nonsense that he's a part of. So what happens is they go to someone else who just want the money and who don't care and are working with the government and helping the community go to jail. Imagine the things that they get these guys, the brand new cars, the bricks, bags of bricks. These guys are going right to the community and saying here, and everybody like, yo, I don't got no money. Fellas can't get no job, so they like, yo, we all weigh in with him. And then 2-3 weeks later or 2-3 years later, whatever the case may be, what happens? A big indictment comes down and they notice that the guy who was giving them the drugs the whole time was the one locking them up, was the one that was getting in that box, getting that in that stand on them and telling them, listen, It was him I gave it to. Them I gave it to, and it was him. What did you call that? That same individual that gave out the drugs, that same individual who took time out and orchestrated the whole crime is able to do what? Bring down everybody that's underneath of him and anybody that he brings up. He gets what you call a 5K1, and he is right back in the streets. So when you speak of Al Sharpton, he's been the problem. But we got those who are a part of the community, those who are claiming change, still dibbling and dabbling. When they dibble and dabble, they find out who he really is, they run down on him, and you know what they do? They make him wear wire to set up others, to pull up in neighborhoods where poverty is heavy and say, I got this, I got that, and this is what I'm selling, and this is what I'm going to get at y'all. And those in poverty, they say, I done tried to get a job a few times. I don't have no money. My girl taking care of me, I'm using her car. Come on with it. They don't even look into who the guy is. And before you know it, they're locked up in jail. And while they're in jail, they're noticing that no one is there for them, and they're noticing that those same people that they help, some pay rent, some do other things, are not there for them. And they turn to guys like myself, and you know what? They get the understanding. So you sometimes may have to walk through that penitentiary or walk through that yard to really get an understanding of what you're doing is wrong, and that punishment that you're receiving in jail is something that you should take heed and let everybody else know, look, don't do it. I done it that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, and it didn't work. So why would you want to try it if I'm telling you clearly it didn't work? Okay, let's say it's not me. I'm giving you an example of everyone that came before me and you, and I'm telling them, look at these guys, it didn't work for them. It didn't work for Rich Porter. Why? He was murdered by his best friend. You hear me? So we understand that even when you think that everything is going smooth, no one's bothering you, no one's in your business, and before you know it, boom, you got a bullet in the back of your head, because at the end of the day, the streets don't love nobody, and that person that you might have had love for you was jealous of you the whole time. You don't understand this campaign, but I gave it to you raw and uncut. I gave you the understanding of who Alpo was. That wasn't just because I wanted to pick on a character or pick on a person. It wasn't personal. It was all honor. And I gave the youngins what? The understanding of clarity of what? That guys like Alpo, dudes that are claiming to be friends with others, claiming to be down in family and, all that nonsense, are the ones that are going to clip you, because can't nobody else get close to you. At the end of the day, I gave that. That was a workshop, but y'all looked past it. Y'all didn't see it. Y'all didn't know that King Gurner already was in the school system giving up a workshop called Hurt People, where I have pamphlets, and where some of my pamphlets have went to scholars in colleges. I had spoken in colleges, and I just never was a guy to always want to post things that I had going on, because some of those things are heartfelt. And sometimes you can't put everything on camera, but King Gurner laid it out to you. After the outpo, I gave you the understanding that stop recycling crime, because it was based off of the movie. It wasn't the people, it was the understanding of the language that they was given and the things that was happening. And we all understand and see that those things that was happening was things of dishonor. What are we going to do? When are we going to actually get a grasp of honor in our lives? When we're going to get a grasp of knowing that the streets can't give you nothing? King Gurner laid out the foundation. The foundation came clear, but didn't nobody understand it until Nipsey Hussle got murdered. When they said it was a rat that killed him, I got thousands of DMs from across the world. I got thousands of new followers on Instagram. You know why? They said, damn, King Gurner gave us awareness of the rat. See, y'all looking at it because y'all controversy. Y'all think is, oh, look at Alpo. He's talking about Alpo. No, it's the very matter of that thing of what I'm speaking. It's the example that I am giving that is clear. What better example than that movie? What's better than example than those characters, the real original people? Y'all said the youngest didn't know nothing about it. I made them aware. I bet you them ratings went up a little further. And I bet you the numbers on the views or whatever got to do with paid in full went up. You know why? Because everybody started to go back and look what King Erner's speaking about. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Oh my gosh, Nipsey just got killed by a rat, by a scum, by a guy who can't get out the hood, by a guy who goes in and out of jail, but he never prospers. And even when he does, he's in Miami getting arrested for this or that and still trying to pull his card from the Philadelphia agents that he dealt with when it comes down to the federales. Don't tell me nothing about these streets. I've walked them. I've paved the curb. I'm the one that opened the concrete and looked in and said, ain't no more honor left in it. It's done. It's over. But y'all want to hold on. Now that Nipsey is gone, then what? Now what y'all going to say? Y'all on my DM, y'all saying King Erner, y'all know. Do y'all really know? Do you really know what changed King Erner? Do you really know that King Erner was a vicious guy at one time? Do you really know that if you wasn't a loved one or a brother or someone that he considered that he was backdooring you quicker than anything? That's who King Erner was. King Erner was a slime bucket at one time. I was a thief. I was a murderer. Huh? I got an accident homicide on my record. Do we claim that? No, we don't claim that wreck. You hear me? It was accidental. It's the others that put them up and say, yo, this is what it is, and that's where it's at. No, I apologize to that man's family. I have shot individuals where I got to see them every day. I have done negative to the negative of the negative, and guess what? It benefited me nothing. It didn't add up. I didn't graduate in this position. Even John Gotti will tell you he didn't graduate, although he became a boss. But he died lesser than that because they took everything that he had in action and put it in his cell. And you can't move out of that cell. It's there, it's here. It's like, what is this? We're getting to understanding that the gangsters are not of honor no more. It is one world that rats live and survive, and they do anything possible to continue to live. Jealousy of having them either kill you or have them trying to get you to kill them, and they don't care about their own life, so they'll go as far as if possible to get you out of the way just because they're jealous. What happened? I thought all the other bloggers were streets. Some aren't. Some are here for what they are here for. King Erner is here to restore the honor in a huge way. My mind is so conditioned right now, right? I just ran 6 miles off the CMOS Gold. 6 miles. I made 2 shakes, I threw them back, and I got to running, man. And guess what? My metabolism is running, and I'm getting it back together physically and mentally because there's some things that I'm missing. And you know what I'm missing? The strength to tell the youngins, in action. What's next? In action. I'm planning it out. I'm putting it together. Stop recycling crime. Section A and B is what? It's of honor. I'm giving y'all the CMOS Gold, the condition of the mind for us all. Black, white, Korean, whoever, whatever creed you are, whatever. I'm giving you the understanding that us as a people, we got to start changing our thought process and be able to say, hey, how you doing today? What's going on, my brother? Hey, you doing good? Hey. You know, it's not all about like what he looking at, clutching. It's not about that. You know what it's about? It's about steering them in the direction that we were supposed to be steering them. But our OGs lied to us. I only got one OG, and that's Big Wiz, man. That taught me the truth, man. The rest of these guys is frauds, man. One thing I'm not going to do in life is bend over backwards. The second thing I'm not going to do is ever lose no sleep, stress, or worry about anything. And the third thing is I'm going to always keep my honor intact by what? By me being a man. I'm King Erner from the Honor Your Life campaign. Keep your honor intact and stay focused. Live and direct.